This is part 2 of the podcast.
According to our culture or cultural norms and values, land, they never thought that land can be put in a briefcase and someone can take it and carry it. They never had.
I mean our people.
Yeah. They never had that ideology or that understanding. You know, a liar will always protect his lie. I think if World War III happened, Africa will rise. So slavery is now a state of mind. The shackles are not physical.
Now it's in the mind.
It's in the mind. Why do you think a black woman wants Peruvian hair to look beautiful? Self-hate.
You just have to have a good face, a face that somebody can look at, and then have some nyash near you.
But down here, they enhance the nyash, bro.
Down here?
They enhance it. So as much as we can say that Israel did not follow the ruling, it was based on the fact that they knew where the ground they're standing on, who is supporting them. So we literally live in an animal farm. Some animals are more important than others.
That's crazy, man.
Oh my God, here we go again.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. On this episode 22, I actually have a guest. So this guest of mine, whenever he comes to the show, right, we have like these crazy conversations. So it only made sense that he be on the show, all right? So I promise you're definitely going to be entertained because we talk crazy. I promise you are going to be entertained.
Let's go back to this World War III thing.
Yeah.
Before let's go back to this World War III thing. So you actually know how it's gonna happen, right? Do you know how the World War III is actually gonna happen?
I thought it was gonna happen with Ukraine and Russia.
Nah, that's far from that.
But now with the Israel and the Iran, there is a higher chance of it happening because
exactly.
Iran is part of BRICS, and BRICS is Russia and China, right?
Yeah.
So we are now going back to the blueprint of the First and Second World War. These alliances
exactly
always cause
dangerous alliances.
They're very dangerous. So now you've got the BRICS side, which has got the likes of Brazil, Argentina, some African states, which is becoming most of these countries are now more powerful than the powerful nations. If you look at Korea, China, Japan is not part of BRICS, but you've got Korea, North and South Korea. You've got China,
BRICS,
Iran,
South Korea.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think North Korea. North Korea is South. Not South.
Not even North Korea. We don't have North Korea is not part of any alliance.
No, I saw it joining BRICS.
North Korea?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. North Korea joined BRICS.
I think check it out. I think they sent them later. I think there was couple of nations that wanted to join BRICS, and I think North Korea must be amongst them, if I'm not making a mistake.
No. So North Korea claims expansion to BRICS could speed up the Korea foreign policy, and no, I don't think so. Let me see on news. What is BRICS? Which countries want to? North Korea claims expansion. Nah, they just claim.
They want to join.
Yeah, I think
check the countries that want to join from the last BRICS meeting.
Let me see. Bro. Okay, so we have the members, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China.
Right.
These are the founding members.
Yeah.
Let me see. So which nations want to join BRICS and why? So we have over 40 countries, including Iran, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Argentina, Algeria, Bolivia, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Cuba, Democratic Republic of Congo, Comoros, Gabon, and Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan, yeah.
But that's them. I don't think, bro. These people are North Korea. I don't think North Korea really wants to. North Korea is already in alliance with
China
and Russia.
Yeah.
I think they have some weird alliance there. But
so the chances of North Korea joining BRICS are very high.
North Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because if North Korea joins BRICS, if North Korea joins BRICS,
Because it's still in the hands of the founding members.
It's gonna cause problems, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna cause massive problems because America is gonna be like, how dare you guys? And yeah, it's gonna be major.
But why do you think America will be angry with North Korea joining BRICS?
North Korea is like the ultimate enemy. If you think of any enemy, North Korea is like enemy number one. Then maybe Russia second, China. Yeah. So these are the top three. The top three enemies of America, I think, are North Korea, Russia, China.
I think America is a toothless bulldog.
You see, let me tell you my idea about America and their whole army and thing. America is the richest. Let's just say they are the richest country, right? Every country, every currency in the world has to go through their currency, right? Anything exchange, we're exchanging anything, you have to first go through the dollar, right? You have to change it against the dollar. But their citizens, they don't have medical care.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have, students literally have to fight to get loans to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like, there are people that are 40 something years old and they're still paying loans that they took to go to university. And my thing is, with all this war that you guys are fighting out in the causing problems everywhere in the world, if let's say America was a country that had cared about Americans, the wars that they're fighting either for oil or for natural resources, which there's natural resources. They fight for all of those things. You get the money, you establish a medical aid for everyone in the country. Say if you are a certain age or whatever, you get free medical aid. If not for that, then maybe the soldiers should have free medical aid because at least it's them that they are fighting.
Mm.
But the soldiers that are fighting, that are there fighting and dying, they don't have medical aid. They don't have free medical aid at least. You see, there are veterans that are sleeping on the street, don't have even houses to stay in.
Mm.
So I'm like, if this system is really a good system, if America is really a place to be and a nice, whatever, how they usually portray America in movies, then why is it that the people that are actually dying for things like that, why do they not have all these benefits? The wars that are being fought is for the pockets of individual businesses. Like the oil for, I think Afghanistan was for Afghanistan and Iraq or something was for
Bush.
Yeah, was for somebody's pocket. There was a company that wanted to get access to the oil reserves there. So that's why that happened, to get the oil. But that's for specific people, just to sell it to America for huge prices. It makes no sense to me why soldiers will still want to fight for a system like that.
Because America is broke.
America, very broke.
America as a nation is broke.
Bro.
So they do not own any money printed. So because the Federal Reserve is a private institution.
The only thing they have is the dollar. I think that's the only thing that they actually own.
No, they do not even own the dollar.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's the Federal Reserve. It's not part of the American government. It's a privately owned institution.
The Federal Reserve. Wait, what do you mean, bro?
I mean, bro, check it. Federal Reserve does not belong to the American government.
The Federal Reserve, right? You said
Yeah.
the Federal.
It does not belong to the American government. It's a private institution.
The Federal Reserve Bank are owned by. Wait, hold on. What is?
It's a private institution. So if America does not go to war, it cannot pay its debt. So they have to loot. When they loot, then they are able to pay the debt.
Bro, this is crazy. If this is actually true, what currency have the largest? The Federal Reserve, how it works, what does what it does. It doesn't say anything.
Try and Google, is the Federal Reserve owned by the American government?
Okay, let me see that. Owned
by the American government.
Bro, this is crazy. Oh man.
It's privatized since the 1800s, bro.
Let me see. Let me ask the AI. This Google thing is not. Google thing you need to more. Let me ask
AI.
My AI and see what's gonna happen here. So all of a sudden, this AI does not want to open. This is a conspiracy.
No, bro, it's not. If you know what, I learned about it when I was researching about, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Then I stumbled upon it, and I found out that it was privately owned by the Burroughs family and the Rockefellers. They're the directors of the thing.
My guy, this changes every. Wait, let me see. Oh my god. The Federal Reserve Bank reserve system is not owned by anyone, including the American government. Mm-hmm. It is created. Okay, let me wait. It's gonna read it out. Let me just wait so it types everything out first. Jesus Christ. So I was actually thinking, when you said that, right? I was actually thinking it's owned by the Israel, like by Israel.
No.
Because these people are very sneaky. Let's listen to what it says.
It's the Rothschilds, bro. They own it.
Bro.
The same way they own the Bank of England, the same way they own the bank, they own it, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me think it started. Let me see.
Federal Reserve Act to serve as the nation's central bank. The Board of Governors in Washington, D.C. is an agency of the federal government and reports to and is directly accountable to the Congress.
Wait.
While the...
This thing needs to start. Speak. Okay, your mic is paused. Hold on. Let me just play it so we can listen. Sorry? Yeah, it's playing. It's playing. I think it is playing in your ear, but when I have to press this button for us to hear what it's saying.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine.
But when I press it, your mic is gonna be
off. No, that's fine.
All right, let me see. Yo, but this is crazy, bro. Alright, let me just try to read it. I think this is going to be complicated. The Federal Reserve System is not owned by anyone, including the American government. It was created in 1913 by the Federal Reserve Act to serve as the nation's central bank. The Board of Governors in Washington, D.C. is an agency of the federal government and reports is directly accountable to the Congress. Mm-hmm. While the Board of Governors is an independent government agency, the Federal Reserve Bank are set up like private corporations. Mm-hmm. member banks hold stock in the Federal Reserve Bank and earn dividends, bro. So owning Reserve Bank stocks is quite different from owning stock in the private company. The Reserve Bank are not operated for profit, and ownership of a certain amount of stock is by law a condition of member in the system. Bro, how does this make sense? Isn't the federal bank they hold Bro.
The reserves for the nation. So America,
And the dollar is backed by I think the Fed, I don't know.
okay. So this is what I found out while I was researching, that the dollar was backed by gold.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It was backed by gold until they realized, no, it's not going to be enough gold. So they started lying to people that it's backed by gold. So when the people wanted to see the gold, they borrowed the gold from other people. That's what caused the Federal Reserve to be privatized. When they were borrowing the gold from other people so that the people would see the,
Bro, that's crazy.
So that's why, bro, when you research so much about certain things, you find out that nothing makes sense. So when you want to make sense out of it, you go nuts, you go crazy. Because when you want to look at simple accounts or simple economics, bro, you can't relate to this.
So okay, this is the role of the Federal Reserve. Let's listen.
The Federal Reserve, often referred to as the Fed, is the central bank of the United States. Its main responsibilities fall into 4 general areas. Conducting the nation's monetary policy, the Fed influences money and credit conditions in the economy in pursuit of full employment and stable prices. Supervising and regulating banks, the Fed ensures the safety and soundness of the nation's banking and financial system and protects the credit rights of consumers. Maintaining the stability of the financial system, the Fed contains systemic risk that may arise in financial markets. Providing certain financial services, the Fed provides certain financial services to the U.S. government, U.S. financial institutions, and foreign official institutions, and plays a major role in operating and overseeing the nation's payment systems. In addition to these, the Federal Reserve also manages the country's money supply and implements monetary policy. It does this by setting interest rates, influencing the supply of money in the economy, and, in recent years, making trillions of dollars in asset purchases to boost financial markets. The Fed also serves as the lender of last resort to member institutions. It's important to note that the Fed operates independently within the government.
Yeah.
It's independent, bro.
No, I thought it was owned by the Jewish, the Jewish people, not the Jewish people, the Israel. No, because Israel has this way of controlling America like this. Israel is not really Israel. Israel owns America.
They own the world, bro, not America. So if you go, and for you to you remember in the afternoon I said America is the daughter of England.
Yeah.
It's a creation of England.
Yeah.
But one thing that you must understand is that for England to be where it is now, it's because of their financial system. Who created it? Lord von Rothschild, first son from the Rothschilds family.
Brother?
The reason why America went over to conquer all the nation is to pay off the debt they accrued during the Anglo-French War. They had no choice because they were so much in debt. So these guys, what they used to do is that they would loan you the money. You want money to buy weapons? There they are. But what's your leverage to a country? You have to be powerful, right? So they would loan the money and loan the money to the nation that they are also fighting with. If they lose, they pay your debt and their debt.
Bro.
So America as a nation is broke, bro. They don't have money. So if they do not go and fight other countries, Why would they have a huge budget for
The military.
their military?
Oh, okay.
Because
So they're basically making money from the wars that
they make money from the wars.
So World War III is just gonna be another war, right then. It's just gonna be another war.
No, World War III, it's gonna be a war to demolish the system. Even the American, they want to get rid of that system.
So you're saying if World War III happens, it's gonna benefit even them.
It's gonna benefit even them.
But what if they don't come up on top like they are now?
They're gonna fight themselves first. I foresee, like for real, I foresee the Republicans fighting.
But do you feel like they actually want Americans actually want this war to happen so they can
If it takes time,
they can actually beat the Israel and Israel can back off, because now I feel like Israel is controlling America, because what is happening now is America saw what was happening in Palestine caused by Israel, and they were like, control the way you're doing this thing, don't do it like this, don't do it like this. But they don't listen. They keep doing things the way they want to do it, which means they don't even listen to the America.
because the person that is backing them is one of them. They're being backed by money, and they know America doesn't have any.
Bro, even when the ICJ, when South Africa took Israel to court, the ICJ, they told them to stop, to have a ceasefire. They didn't.
No, they didn't know.
They didn't listen.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, because now if the ICJ, they're going to make the ICJ be like just another court that nobody's going to listen to. You understand? Because if Israel can say, okay, we're not going to listen to the ICJ, which is supposed to be like the main court in the world, what if tomorrow they carry some other small country to the ICJ and they have every right to also deny the ruling? And that's chaos.
But why was the ICJ created in the first place?
To bring countries to the ICJ is part of the UN, right?
Yeah.
So to bring like the order that the UN is supposed to bring, the ICJ is supposed to be that law system that is going to be like to judge you countries, basically, to say, okay, you're on the wrong, don't do this, do this and that. But if a country, like any human being who goes to our normal court, if a country can say, okay, I'm above the law, what is to say about the other people? Just because you're powerful doesn't mean that you're above the law.
Whoever sits on the board of the ICJ,
Yeah.
it's the superpowers,
Okay.
right? So the superpowers are the ones who determine the ruling. So whatever ruling that has been given,
Yeah.
it can be overruled or overturned by the superpowers. So as much as we can say that Israel did not follow the ruling, it was based on the fact that they knew where the ground they're standing on,
Yeah.
who is supporting them. So we literally live in an animal farm.
Exactly. So it means
Some animals are more important than others.
that's crazy, bro.
But that's the way it is.
But in the system of the UN, no one is supposed to be above anyone. But
And-
it's flawed because majority of their funding comes from the US. So, which means the US is above the law. Because if they sanction the US is just going to hold back on their contributions and it's going to suffer.
So this is what I think. I think the funding does not come from America. I think the funding comes from the central financial system.
The IMF.
But no, not the IMF at all. The family that runs the world. They're Jews. But that family, you know, it's like a credit score.
Yeah.
If you pay your loan on time,
Yeah.
you can get any loan anytime. Right?
Yeah.
But if you can't pay your loan on time, you don't have a good credit score.
They don't have good credit. They won't give you money. You get what you need.
So America is a good debt payer, bro. That's why they need to go to war, so that they can pay that debt.
Well, but it still does not make sense, because now this small country, these small thieves, I will call them, Israel, they're going to make everyone go into World War III, and which does not make any sense just because they don't want to listen. America told them to mind the way they're carrying out their operations in Palestine. They didn't listen. Now they went and did too much, involved Iran. Iran fought back. Now they're saying they have to fight back as well. They have to retaliate. Israel is saying they have to go back at Iran after Iran retaliated because they killed some of their officials in Syria. So in this case now, it means it's draw. So if Israel carries their big head and goes and attack Iran, then that's where I feel like World War III is happening then. Because now that's uncalled for. Because that's where you see Russia and China will be forced to join because those are allies. And that's crazy. America will be forced, even though they don't want to, they'll be forced to support Israel and some of their allies, some of their countries, maybe Japan or who will be forced to join, and then this is going to be crazy because all of these countries, they have nukes. They have weapons.
Very powerful.
So if these countries actually get into war, it's over for everybody. So Israel is out here doing these things. I don't even know if they realize what is happening.
I think Israel knows what they're doing.
Bro, that's crazy.
Because Israel as a state never existed before 1943.
So what are they trying to do now?
It's like they're colonizing.
But they are colonizing. They're
Palestine.
trying to bring the war back to ground level for them to get back up. How is that, bro? These people are toxic, bro.
No, they thought it's gonna be walk in the park. They'll just go there and claim that this is our land. Because they say they're the direct descendants of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So they thought they would just walk in there and say, this is our land, so we're taking it. But one thing that you cannot do is that you can hide certain history from certain people.
Yeah.
But one thing that you cannot do, you cannot hide history from a people that know their history.
Yeah.
They erased black history, but the Palestinians know their history.
They know.
They know their land.
They do know.
Right. So it was never erased.
Which is crazy, bro. Because one thing, when this gets out, they might take what we're saying here as anti-Semitic.
Yeah, for sure.
So, which is crazy because we didn't even say anything crazy. But in the African situation, there's this guy that said this thing about we have to tiptoe around Jewish people or the Israel. But what actually happened in Africa is even more worse than what happened to. It's not saying it's more. It's bad, but it's very. If you mention anything that happened to the Jewish people in Germany, it's like abomination. Like it's crazy. Somehow nobody's supposed to mention it because if you mention that thing anywhere, you're either going to be cancelled. You're either going to be cancelled or shunned for saying that. But everybody is free to talk about Africa and slavery, Congo and Belgium. Bro, have you seen the video on Congo and what the Belgian King Leopold did to you? You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Like cut people's
chocolate hands.
Bro.
Know about
and somehow that's just normal for anybody to say. But when it comes to Jewish people, nobody's even supposed to say anything crazy. There was this one thing that said, there's this other thing. You say Jesus is king. It's anti-Semitic. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know. That's why they were canceling Kanye and all of that.
So Jesus is king.
That's why I said a person that told a lie know the lie they told. Because imagine if you say Jewish, right? It means that ish in English means like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Jewish. Jew-like.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
They're trying to be Jews. So who are the Jews?
Because I would say those are white people.
Yeah.
Those are like the white people from England or England.
So
The Jewish people are not. I feel like if you say Jews, they are like more dark-skinned, and more Muslim-like.
They are descendants of Shem.
So where are these white people from?
Greece and Rome.
So all of a sudden they decided to be
The same way they took Egypt and claim it is the same way they are claiming to be Jewish. So the Jews are blacks, like me and you. African.
But more like Middle Eastern people.
Not really.
No?
No. Jewish is the tradition, it's the culture.
So why did we? Because now if we will see a black person and they say they are Jewish, we are like, no, but bro, this is not the skin color that we associate with being Jew.
So I don't know how many times I've repeated this statement in this podcast. It never makes sense. If you try to make sense of it, you go nuts. The truth is in plain sight.
Yeah.
But because we are so brainwashed, we think we search for the truth far beyond we should.
Yeah.
It's right in front of us. Which race practices the same practices that are talked about, that the Jews practice? It's us, Africans. We're the ones that slaughter. We're the ones, you understand?
Yeah.
Those practices, they're learning it from us. Here in South Africa, the Zulus, they slaughter to cleanse themselves.
The Jews also slaughter.
Yeah, it's there in the Bible. So they are trying to do things that they slaughter chickens to cleanse themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's African tradition.
Bro, I want to see, where does the Jewish religion originate? I want to see where it's actually from. Can you guess?
Where it originates from?
Yeah.
I would say Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. I was thinking the same thing. I just wanted to verify and see.
Yeah. Because in Africa, you must understand that everything that we know is upside down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything that we know is the opposite. So if you say Egypt is on top, Egypt is down.
Down?
Is at the bottom.
Bottom of what?
The bottom of the map. So whatever that you read, if it says up, which means it's down here, where we are. That's why the cradle of mankind is here in Southern Africa, the beginning of man.
But it doesn't mean that it's supposed to be, that's where it's supposed to be at the top.
No, the cradle is supposed to be on the top. So this is the top. So we are on the top side of Africa.
What do you mean?
No, like really.
Yeah.
So
the map basically is upside
the map is upside down. So if you turn it around,
bro, is this one of your conspiracy theories?
No, it's not a conspiracy. It's fact.
Like for real.
So if you go and check, where did mankind start?
Yeah.
Where did mankind begin? They will tell you up in Egypt, right? Because they say that's the top. But in actual fact, where is the cradle of mankind? Cradle, the beginning, right? It's right there in Magaliesberg. That's where you find the cradle of mankind. It's there. You can literally drive there and see it for yourself. It's there. The beginning of mankind.
Okay, let's let's end on this one. So I asked my beloved AI here, where did the Jewish religion originate? Like, where did it originate? And we're just gonna listen to it and then just give like our closing remarks based on that one.
All right, cool.
Right, let's go.
Judaism originated in the Middle East over 3,500 years ago. The roots of Judaism can be traced back to ancient times and the region of the Middle East known as Canaan, present-day Israel and Palestine. Judaism is considered one of the oldest monotheistic religions, with its roots dating back over 3,000 years. According to Jewish tradition and biblical accounts, Judaism was founded by the patriarch Abraham around 1800 BC. However, it's important to note that the historical origins of Judaism are complex and are still subject to research and interpretation. Current studies show that the
Okay, based on like what you said something about this just now. You said it's like, I think you said it's complicated basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really know where that. Bro, this is crazy. Even
But the thing is that there is here in Southern Africa, when you go down to Eastern Cape, you found people that are called Wembas.
Okay.
So I think Wembas or members, I'm forgetting the actual name. They are the real Jews. If you go to Zim, you find them. They're there. You can Google it. It's there. The Jews in Zim. You just type Jews in Zim or Jews in South Africa.
Let's finish this one. Let's finish this thing.
Cool.
Judaism originated in the Middle East over 3,500 years.
It's fine. It's continuing from that same
From
spot.
the top.
So let's you say what? Let me Google what?
Google the Jewish descendants in Zimbabwe.
The Jewish descendants
In Zimbabwe.
descendants.
Yeah. Or Jewish tribe in Zimbabwe. I think Jewish tribe in Zimbabwe, it would be easier.
Okay.
And you'll see.
So
They're not what?
I did the Jewish descendants in Zimbabwe and gave me the Lemba.
The Lemba.
The Lemba Jew of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
A caring community, but only now are learning to practice their faith. The Lemba tribe is in Southern Africa, has Jewish roots. Genetic tests reveal. Yo. Let me see.
And they're not only in Zim. The Lemba people, you can find them here in South Africa. They are there too.
So if that's the case, it means what we know is actually we literally don't know anything.
No.
Right?
Everything that we know,
It's
we were told by somebody. See, so if we do not research the truth, we'll never know it. The reason why people would come up and say it's a conspiracy theory, it's because they are afraid of people finding the truth.
Let me see. Okay, let's listen to this.
Jewish roots, genetic tests reveal. Genetic tests carried out by British scientists have revealed that many of the Lemba tribesmen in southern Africa have Jewish origins, according to a report by the BBC. The Lemba, a tribe of 70,000 to 80,000 members who live in central Zimbabwe and northern South Africa, have customs which are similar to Jewish ones. Lemba refrain from eating pork or other foods forbidden by the Torah, or forbidden combinations of permitted foods, wear yarmulke-like skull caps, conduct ritual animal slaughter, have a holy day once a week, and even put a Star of David on their gravestones. According to their oral tradition, the Lemba are descended from 7 Jewish men who left Israel 2,500 years ago and married African women, according to the BBC. The Lemba prefer their children to marry other Lembas, and marriage to non-Lembas is being discouraged. Their sacred prayer language is a mixture of Hebrew and Arabic. Their religious artifact is a replica of the biblical Ark of the Covenant known as the Ingoma Lingundu, meaning the drum that thunders. The object went on display recently at a museum in Harare, Zimbabwe, and has instilled pride in many of the Lemba. They say the ark was built almost 700 years ago from the remains of the original ark, which according to the Bible was used to store the 10 Commandments. For decades, the ancient vessel was thought to be lost until it was discovered in a storeroom in Harare recently. Members of the priestly clan of the Lemba, the Buba, which is one of 12 clans, have a genetic element also found among the Jewish priestly line, known as Kohanim. This was amazing, Professor Tudor Parfitt from the University of London told the BBC. It looks as if the Jewish priesthood continued in the West by people called Cohen, and in same way it was continued by the priestly clan of the Lemba. Despite their roots, many of the tribe are now Christians or Muslims.
That's crazy. So do you think the origin story is actually true? Like you said, they came from it's Jewish people who left Israel and or Palestine or that side and came to.
So, like I said, that if you take African map and you switch it upside down, if you take present day Egypt and you maneuver in the direction in which the Bible say the Israelites went, that's not the right direction. But if you switch the map upside down and you look at the directions, you know what it points out? It points out to a place with the same name in KZN. Same river in KZN.
Bro, I don't know.
So, no, it's a topic for another day. That we have to, when we will sit and have a proper research around it, then I'll show you. You can actually check it on the map. It's there.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Okay, we'll be recording for a very long time now. All right, thank you for coming through the podcast. It was fun, bro.
Thank you for having me.
We didn't even talk about most of the things that we usually talk about when you meet me at work. Like our topics are always crazy, from conspiracies to crazy topics. But yeah, this was very, very fun. This was very fun. I don't know about you.
No, I had a great time. I think it was amazing. I enjoyed being here.
Thanks for coming through, bro. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, please go and rate the podcast. It is gonna help us a lot. Like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And without further ado, see you in the next one. Bye bye.